Yo, as promised, this is a compilation wrap-up video of my autumn UK tour. What I've done is I've stitched together all the videos and pictures that I took myself and that people have sent me. I'm going to talk over them, and this is actually the second attempt of me doing this. It's been quite a lengthy process trying to work out all the audio layers that I want included and getting the levels right, and then I'm now streaming this on OBS but recording it at the same time. And the last time I did it I forgot to put the display capture on, so I went through the whole thing and then realised I'd done it wrong. And the audio levels are fucked anyway, so I couldn't use the audio and then superimpose the video because you couldn't hear me talking, which I'm sure you'll agree is the most important thing. So let me try again. Before I start though, I'm recording this on a brand new Shure SM58 bought for me by Mr. Ed Bleach, because he forgot to send my one back in time for the tour that I left in the Belvedere a couple of months ago. But he brought me a brand new one. Thanks, mate. Sounds great. Sounds crispy. I'm going to do this just to be doubly sure that it's not going to be the wrong level. I've got a bit of a sort of post-tour cough. Everyone has at the moment. It's November. Before I go on as well, thank you, everybody. That's really all this is for. And just to show you the realities of touring as a soloist. This is my good friend Ed, who was going to come with me for the whole thing, but somebody let him down. He's a sound engineer. We've been working together years. This is Le Pub in Newport, day one. Let's go to Le Pub. Whoa! Whoa! T-bar there. This is honestly a really lovely backstage area. Got a little rehearsal room, which I won't need to use, but what other small venues can boast such as that? It's amazing, really. And then got this grumpy creature I found in the actually really lovely backstage bit. Unbelievable setup, really, for a small venue. 100 capacity. So cool. Such a nice.
You probably shouldn't be showing stolen property on your feed, is all I'm going to say, because the super what.
That's right, it's not live. Ed's not very social media literate.
But thanks, Le Pub.
He doesn't have a smartphone.
An amazing bit of treatment for the first leg.
Yeah, thank you, Sam. Thank you so much, Sam, who runs Le Pub. Exemplary promoter is the merch stand. Yeah, for your sins. My good mates Applied Science, this is their sound check.
Yes! Well then, thank you very much, guys. It's an intense sound check.
It's about 5 minutes long.
3, 6, 4. I'm now bro, you're not safe anymore. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Surprise you lost the last piece, looking like an ancient jaw. Also do sick shit, see Nicholas piss. Drunk as fuck, no talking this shit is piss. Anyone's fault except me or mine. Might be blind to question, but I'm not fucking blind. And I'm only stepping myself. I would like to say that this is a compilation of sold out venues. You know, photos of 1,000-strong crowd from the stage, but it's not. It's just a way to extend my gratitude to the people involved and for you to see the realities of what it is touring as a soloist. I did have more people in the crowds in general than I've had on the previous tours I've done, which is progress, you know. It's really good. Thank you all for coming. Here's a bit of their actual set. I think. No. This is the next day, Butcher's Dog, Dorset. Fourth time I've played it. Definitely the best. Everyone in the room was there to see me, which is not always the case playing in small bars.
I left this photo in to see the minimum distance required between a performer and sound engineer. How much Ed is concentrating on me. This is the church, Wimborne Minster. Beautiful sky. Not much more to say about that. This is Jamie who took all those previous photos for me, sporting his brand new Mike Dennis t-shirt. Legend. Thank you. Thank you for coming and bringing a quarter of the crowd. Playing snooker in the sky. Can you say, oh shit, no, don't worry. This is on the way to Manchester.
You're alright. It's Mike Dennis here. Come to the old Abbey Tap House tonight.
Sinter driving me up. Day 3 this was.
Extra traffic lights in the park. Yeah.
So I did...
there's Raver outside the Manchester venue.
The tour was essentially over 4 weekends, because that's the easiest time to get crowds along. This was Saturday the 15th. This is a guy called Isaac Hughes Dennis. 2 Dennises and 1 Bill in Manchester. He's really good. Isaac Hughes Dennis. That was sound check. I think I got the most video of me in Manchester. Actually, I'm probably going to talk over quite a lot of it because you've seen all this before. It was a brilliant crowd. Big crowd. It was cold. It was in the garden. I didn't realise we were doing it in the garden until a few days prior to the actual gig. It was cold, so I'm really grateful to the people actually being there for a start and staying to the end of the set. There's a lot to ask, really. Sinter took a lot of these videos. I think Coming Up is the only example I have of footage of the whole tour where we could actually mix 2 different cameras. I like how much people are into I Want Everything here.
Honesty, and I want the truth dressed up when it suits me. Honesty. I want a benevolent leader. I want a leader who's pleased to be. Now, I used to work this incredible
job. Here we
job.
go. Just you wait.
So I acted an incredible knob. My workmates found it much more enjoyable. I left it
happier, a little less employable.
Felt like the road in my day to day. At home I lived like a king, games and takeaway. The heave in the morning to get out of bed was more than I could take. I thought I'd rather be dead. I had this idea that I was worth more than stuck in other pockets that were rotten to the core. But look at me, I'm a prodigal son. They won't have the best of me before I barely begun. So
here we go. Oh no, it's second verse actually.
no job too excellent. I had this vision of a time and place. I think they need somebody like me up in space. See, Mum always said that you could be what you want. So here I am, ladies and gentlemen, right now, what I must. You see, Mum always said, yes, she did, that you could be what you want. So here I am, I must.
Probably going to make it a point of talking over a lot of the bits of me in this, because if you're watching this, you've seen me a lot, and it gives me a chance to actually talk about the tour. So there's over 4 weekends. Oh, hang on though, here comes the camera switch. Hang on, here it comes. Seamless.
I'm the gun on this spaceship, indispensable. Static, a diastolic pinch in my ventricle. I gaze at the stars, feeling betrayed. My place up in Mars, Venus, Uranus is ebbing away. I start to pack with an afterthought.
It's a sad thing to be an ex-astronaut.
You could be what you want. So here I am right now, I'm always said.
This was a bit of the Björk cover, which I discovered is really hard to do without monitoring. Thankfully here I did have it, but it's the high-end stuff. It just in an echoey room in Cardiff, I had no monitors, and it's really hard to stay in time with myself. I tell you what was No, I'll tell you in a minute. It's better the faster it is, this one, I found. This is actually a really good version. This is probably the third time I watched this video. This is actually a really good version. Yeah. Everybody rapt watching me play I Want Everything. Then it was Brighton the next weekend. This is a local Brighton band called Heat, who is really funny.
Let's all do some physical education. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's Mike Fillery and me there, and Sam Carr, who also supported. Honestly, go see Heat on Heat, EN Heat, if you live in Brighton. They're absolutely hilarious. I was really pissed on this night in Brighton, the 21st, because it was one of very few where I was actually staying over. We played Eastbourne the next day, and so I thought it was a stressful drive. Bristol to Brighton is a tough drive, especially in the daytime, passing through rush hour. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to get pissed, and I did. And I thought I'd include this because a bit of Mike Fillery's song. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but particularly the words there were lonely, and it was like a third full room.
Why don't you guys all stand up? You could all stand up and then we could have a little...
You're right!
You know?
You're right!
We could have a bit of fun. It's only half hour. You'll be okay. Stand up on your tippy toes. It's just, it's just a bit more fun, and then you can do this. Huh?
He's right, you know.
Oh, I thought I was unique, but I'm just the same and I'm feeling no soul. Don't wanna play this game. Said I can change, but these same
chords. I've mixed Mike's. This is Mike Fillery and the other two. I've mixed his and here we go. I can talk over this bit. I've mixed his and his recent and his two before that EPs, and they're on Spotify. They're really good. I think it's even quieter. I also really want to say thank you to Mike for putting on the Brighton gig and Drew for the Eastbourne one the following day. They were so well organised and put together. I feel quite emotional thinking about them because it's quite emotional for me going back to Brighton. I used to live there. I'm really glad I don't anymore. It really feels like London by the sea when I go back there now. It seems like it's changed. It doesn't feel like home to me anymore, but it's a lovely place. It's a really interesting place with lots to do, but I'm glad I don't live there. I can't remember what my point was. It was an emotional mission that weekend, but the gig was good. This is where I used to live in Brighton in my second year of uni. This is a very badly cut photo of outside the Printers Playhouse in Eastbourne. Another amazingly different space. That was the day after. Mike wearing a very fetching t-shirt there. Oh, such different venues. This was hilarious.
Stand up for this bit. You're going to stand there silently doing nothing. And as soon as it kicks in, everyone's going to... It's going to have exactly the same impact as it normally would. Everyone sit down like you've never won.
Genius. Who doesn't like sitting down?
Big Dave over here on the bass, make sure you watch him, he'll show you exactly when to collapse. What am I doing about that?
Well done. There was a theatre show on. In a minute. Brilliant cover of Ghostbusters. Mike Fillery and the other two. There was a one-woman theatre show on the same night on the floor above. Printers Playhouse hosts theatre, and Cinta told me it was fantastic. The name of it has escaped me. When I post this, I'll put it in the description. The first time I was trying to record this video, I noticed that the audio on this is pretty harsh. Like phones treat video, sound on video very differently, don't they? What this phone has done is been very complimentary to the colour integrity on my very, very faded t-shirt. So cheers, Drew. I've actually compressed the audio for this whole half-hour video quite severely so that I could put music under it and me above it, which I'm hoping is what's happening now. Imagine if this was a live stream, it'd be a disaster. Cajon sounds amazing though in this PA through this camera.
The volume appears to have got. I think the only way the volume.
Yeah, I started doing this thing on the Longest Johns tour.
Oh, someone's just done it. It's got a bit louder. Mike Dennis, Mike MR Happy on Instagram. I'm not a plumber. It sounds like I'm a plumber, right? Mike Dennis. Yeah, I just get Mike Dennis round. He'll sort your sync out. I'm not actually. I'm a rapid violinist. I'm a fucking weirdo. If you follow Mike Mr. Happy on Instagram, oh, you're all doing it. Fantastic. Yeah, we're this time, right? I'm going to turn that off because it's better when it comes back in. You got to pretend you're in the West Country, sorry, and you're in the pub, and your mate comes in, you go, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, keep going.
Everywhere I go, I get a make go. Read. 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 First time I've ever done that. Maybe it's not quite as.
Why does he have to start this?
I had to include a version of this. That bow arm is way too good for a beginner. I'll have to start addressing that.
What makes it worse? This thing he's playing is like a horror movie. Feel like he'll tiptoe to my bathroom, scream my song and do me. Suki, I like music too, but not at 2 a.m. See,
I'll call the landlord and
insinuate it's them. I have the problem, see.
Midpoint.
I'm at this bloody lush weir by my mum's house. Mentally preparing for the rest of the tour by relaxing.
Cool, man. I do love the sound of rushing water. Cans and cars, not so much, but
I love that sound. I also love the sound of Welsh accents in the near proximity.
So Trowbridge was the following day, Friday 28th in La Pump.
In the
Not
Pump, in Trowbridge.
The Pump.
And Kieran's just sound checked me. This venue definitely gets, hands down, the best, most attractive little space that I've played in. I think the pub would be like the best treatment. I mean, Kieran is right up there too. But check this place out, it's amazing. It's a tiny little barn, but it's got, so here's where you come in. And then you got stairs up to a little balcony, you've got the sound booth here. It's small but absolutely perfectly formed. You've got a tiny little stage, but a real cosy stage, brand new PA. All the stuff on the back. And this balcony up here. Excuse me. And some hiccups. So when I'm sat on the stage, you've got this lovely bit of seating.
Truly awesome venue. I'm going to go see John Otway there.
This is for merch here.
Village Pump in Trowbridge. Get there if you can. Next video is my student from last year in Bath College, Jack Dello. He was supporting me. Really good songwriter, makes amazing beats. And then after Jack was Iggs, who's a local MC, and quite a lot of his mates.
Yeah, that sounds good. Perfect. Yeah.
Awesome.
You get a slap, cold trick, wanna trap, life's hard, you feel bad, I'm a crazy kid with no dad, I want my life, I'll take it back.
Come on. Show man out there.
I want my life, I'll take it back. Another story so
I can't thank Kieran enough. Him and Sam at the pub, just they are how promoters should be. So they're passionate about the music and they help you out and they do their bit for selling the tickets and they communicate, pay invoices.
This place is so cool.
Norwegian Church, Cardiff.
In the picturesque surroundings of Cardiff Bay. Your trusty steed. Let's go inside.
Another amazing venue and amazingly unique, and it's compared to, I can't stress enough how different they all felt. This was like a tiny arts centre, again perfectly formed. This is where I was playing. For this one I did all the sound setup
An awesome space.
myself and mixed the support, mixed myself. It's a view from the docks. It's pre-gig, obviously. Me and my sister Ames, she came down, we rushed a Mexican before I had to go back and mix the support. Beautiful view of the Cardiff Bay. This is Tales in the Shade, who supported. I love these guys. I love Sam's guitar playing. It's so passionate and intricate and different, and I get lost watching him. And then there's such moving songs as well. This was an acoustic stripped down thing. Talk over me again. The Tales in the Shade from Cardiff. They also supported me in Bristol in the end as well, which was the one after this, but the following week. Like I said, I do like the gigs where I do my own sound, but it's a mission. The whole thing is a real mission. It's all my specialisms, but it's a lot for one person to take on. But it's still worth it, just about.
I'm available for weddings.
And about 36 people. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Gareth, again. There's Justin there. Thank you for coming, mate. My auntie Zuby. Love that picture. So that was Cardiff. It was a magical one. A little kicker is Mike Partridge's model for the Home Alone poster for the Christmas gig I did. These are some snaps that Annika took of the Mr. Wolf's gig. Again, totally different, sort of more grungy, dingy, typical grungy, dingy venue space. Cinta and I played a couple there. It was a tough gig, this one. There was a pissed couple right in front of me from when I started playing the first song, which made it quite hard, but thanks to everyone who came. Thanks to Mr. Wolves, again, they're just really good promoters. This is a banger. Absolute tune. This was nuts this weekend. After this gig in Bristol, I drove and stayed in my friend Hannah's sister's horse box in Stockport. It was a 3.5 hour drive. I drove straight after Bristol, drove there, got there, hadn't seen it. It was like this. To the horse box, guys. It's amazing. I got there at 3:30 in the morning. No idea what to expect, and it was perfect. Thank you so much, Esther and Ruben, for letting me stay. So I did that because it's hard driving in the daytime. It said it was going to take 7 hours. This is the Laurel and Hardy Museum in Ulverston, which I got to in 2 hours the next morning. You know what I'm going to say? Could there be a more different space to the other ones you've seen? This was the whole reason the tour came together. So A was because Dave Crossley and his mates in Ulverston saw me playing at Glastonbury and put me on. Tiny little town, Ulverston, in this awesome little space. And then B, I wanted to come back to some of the places I played in on the Longest John's tour. And I managed to, Manchester, Bristol. This is Clayton Blizzard, good friend of mine, amazing Bristol legend, who supported me. Brilliant. See him if you haven't. Clayton Blizzard. These next videos, I mean, how could I not love things like this? The next couple of clips are the reason that I have been doing what I do. The reason I ever wanted to do what I do since I was 13, 14, which is a long time ago. I just want to say, in case I haven't already, thank you, Dave. Thank you, everyone in Ulverston. Thank you, everyone on the tour, for coming along, spreading the word.
I've been reading history, and you might think it's depressing, but I'm a mature student because life is for learning. I've been reading about Rwanda, and I've learned this lesson: our past is not glorious,
but we are gloriously present.
Thanks very much, everyone. Have a wonderful night. In the streets of being Trump's way to work it, people keep on being It's one of the worst words, first call How are those folk that you work for? You got to vote because they love you Barbecue, pulpit, roll When I'm on the mic, I got my verse more How's that, buddy? He doesn't look more Rhyme straight, faster, a curve, all right It
was just brilliant. It's the most tickets I've ever probably sold, or Dave sold them, but because I'm miles away. The whole thing was awesome. I love this guy's dance here. I love the folded arms bot. next to Clayton. See, I mean, it's like, it's a point to comment on. He might not have actually liked me at all, but he was there to support the music and the fact that I'd come down. I'm only suggesting he didn't like me because of the arms folded thing. Could be a million reasons he had his arms folded. But the whole thing is still touching, flattering. The fact that he's there, everyone's there in the crowd. It's a very symbiotic thing. I think this jumps straight to Devon next, which is the final day, Charlie Fridays. A place I've played 3 times before. This is the 4th. I knew I had to go there on the tour, and it was a really nice way to wrap it up. Don't think I had any
Final day.
video apart from this bit. It's a beautiful little village, Linton, Lynmouth. There's Tia supporting me. I think that's the end of the video, yeah. So fingers crossed I've done this right. Yes, I have. And it was recording the screen. So yeah, again, thank you all. There will be another tour, not for some time, but there will be. And because this is the second time I recorded this, it's now time to make dinner. And I saw a lovely recipe earlier, something about gnocchi and Savoy cabbage. I'm going to go make that. Because it can't all be rapping and playing the violin, much as you may wish it could be. Peace.